Hello everyone, this is Naushad. I hope all of you are doing really well. Today we will going to talk about one of the finest theories of this entire world, which is unified field theory. This theory will going to describe each and every question of this universe. If you have anything, any question about physics or anything in this universe, this single theory will going to answer your question. Okay, it's going to be able to answer your question. So first of all, we need to start with knowing the fundamental forces. So we know there are four fundamental forces. So the four fundamental forces are, first of all, gravitational force. Then comes electromagnetic force, and last two are strong nuclear force or strong nuclear interaction, and weak nuclear force or weak nuclear interaction. So these are the four fundamental forces we have. By combining these four forces, we will going to get this unified field theory. So it's also called the theory of everything. Like, it will going to describe each and every question, each and every aspect of this universe will going to be described by this theory. If we are able to establish this theory will going to tell everything to us. Okay, so how we will going to find this unified field theory? First of all, let's talk about James Clerk Maxwell. So firstly, Maxwell came up with an idea of combining the electric force and magnetic force. So these two are not that much combined before. Maxwell came up with an idea, and he saw that we cannot really describe electric field or electric force single-handedly. They are affiliated. The electric field and the magnetic field are affiliated. If we have something which is called magnetic field, there will be definitely electric field, or if we have electric field, the magnetic field will be there. So they are interconnected. We cannot really find some specific force single-handedly. Okay, so that's the picture. It's so common to us. Like, if electric field is going this way, the magnetic field will going to be perpendicular to this. So these are the basic thing we have learned before. So the electromagnetic field or electromagnetic wave is discovered by James Clerk Maxwell. So we have this electromagnetic force, which was not combined. Maxwell combined this. So that's the first thing. So after that, we need to combine weak nuclear force and electromagnetic force together. So for this approach, three scientists came and they discovered one of the finest thing, and they got the Nobel. So they are Glashow, Abdus Salam, he's from Pakistan, and Weinberg. So these three scientists, they combined the weak nuclear force or weak nuclear interaction and electromagnetic force together, and they came up with an idea which is called electroweak force. They discovered the electroweak force, and they got the Nobel Prize for that. So how they discovered the electroweak force? So now we are combining two fundamental forces, weak nuclear force and electromagnetic force. Then we got the electroweak force. So how they got it? So let's see how they got it. So Glashow, Salam, and Weinberg, they discovered three subatomic particles using CERN. CERN is an organization. This organization has a machine like this. This is called Large Hadron Collider. So what Large Hadron Collider do? It just collides two subatomic particles, which will going to produce another subatomic particles. Like, if Large Hadron Collider collides A with B, it will going to produce C and D. So they all are subatomic particles. Okay, so these three scientists, they came up with three subatomic particles, which are called WZ bosons. So it consists of W plus, W minus, and Z0. These three subatomic particles. So they said, if we can combine the weak nuclear interaction with the electromagnetic force, these three particles, subatomic particles, will not going to have any mass. So if they are massless, then we can combine weak nuclear force with the electromagnetic force. So by the help of Large Hadron Collider, they invented these three subatomic particles, and their lifetime is so less, we cannot really have them for a long time. Like their lifetime is about 10 inverse 25 seconds, approximately like this. It's so tiny for lifetime, so we cannot really get them for longer amount of time. We just have them for tiny bit of moment. Okay, so inside the Large Hadron Collider we have these three particles, and if they are massless, we can make weak nuclear force and electromagnetic force combined together. Then they just what they did inside the Large Hadron Collider. So I will going to describe some equations. We're not going to describe each and everything in detail, because it's just an idea. We are just going to talk about the unified field theory, how we can unify all of the fundamental forces. That's the basic thing. So what they did is they collided inside the Large Hadron Collider. They collide photon with its antiparticle, photon and its antiparticle. If we can consider its plus, then this will be minus, the antiparticle will be minus. Okay, so it basically denotes the spin. Okay, we're not going to go there. So we have first of all, they collided photon plus with its antiparticle photon minus, and they got W plus and another particle X minus. Then they collide again, the same thing again, photon plus with its antiparticle photon minus, then they got W minus plus X plus. They got another two subatomic particles, W minus and X plus. They collided photon and its antiparticle again. Lastly, they got Z0 plus what they got, X0. Okay, so these are the equations. These are the particles who were collided inside the Large Hadron Collider, and from them they got these three particles which are called WZ bosons. So we can find these particles into the elementary particle table. Like there is a table where we can find all the subatomic particles. Okay, so these are the particles. If they are massless, then we can easily combine the electromagnetic force with the magnetic force. That's all. So they find these three particles and they got the Nobel Prize for their inventions. We got that electroweak force really exists. So we just combined two fundamental forces and we got electroweak force. That's the thing. So these are the two things: Maxwell's electromagnetic force and these three scientists' electroweak force. So if we can plot all of the thing together, we got like this we got from those specific inventions. We will going to plot the unified field theory. It will going to be like this. So first of all, Maxwell combined electric force with the magnetic force and he got electromagnetic force. Okay, with the electromagnetic force, Salam, Weinberg, they combined the weak nuclear force and they got electroweak force. So we have these two, electromagnetic force and weak nuclear force, combined. So if we combine the electroweak force with the strong nuclear force, we will going to get the grand unified theory. So let's not talk about it. So we have established some of the works related to the weak strong nuclear force and electroweak force. We combined them and we got the grand unified theory. So these three forces, the fundamental forces, are combined: strong nuclear force, electromagnetic force, weak nuclear force. They are combined. So the last part that we have now is the gravitational force, and we afraidly we don't even know anything detail about the gravitational force. We have we don't have enough resources or anything. We don't know really anything about the gravitational force. So if we could combine the strong nuclear force, grand unified theory, with the gravitational force, we will going to have the unified field theory, which will going to be called the theory of everything, which will going to describe each and everything, every single question in this entire universe. Okay, so I would like to present one of the finest thing that I have discovered is the death of Einstein. When Einstein died, this is the desk of Einstein. When he died, he was really working on the unified field theory and he never completed the papers. So that when I heard about it, when I was in my HSCs, I came to know about these things, and I was so sad that Einstein couldn't complete the unified field theory. If he completed the theory, the world might have been 10x developed. Okay, so that was a sad thing for this entire universe, I think, because I love Einstein so much. I think he was the only one who can combine all of the forces together and can make the world better. But nowadays everybody is trying to combine these four forces together. If we can combine these four forces together, and we will going to have a single equation which will going to describe this universe. All of the questions in this universe will going to describe by that specific statement, the theory of everything. So that's all. I hope if you have some interest about these topics, you just search on Google and just know detail about specific things. Like I never discussed about everything, so you should be able to search the topics and gather the knowledge. Thank you very much.